Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'll be testing the Porsche Panamera Turbo S in Asphalt 9 multiplayer in the Apollo Evo multiplayer season, where all the cars that are in this new update is free try. So this is a ghost slipstream season, so it might not be the best race type or season type for this car, but I got really good races and I win most of the time because it is in the early season and it's in the lower league. So skill and the car choices are not really in relevant, or how to say, skill. It's more like a underdog now, when I would beat this car. So this is not a fair representation of the car in multiplayer. It can't beat like cars like the Huracan Evo and cars sorts like that. They are faster and better, but it is show that how good this car can be in multiplayer. So let's talk about the stats. So the top speed is decent, or I should say fast enough, and it's quite fast, I should say, in comparison to other C-Class cars. It goes 340 kilometers an hour. The acceleration is one of the best in the game and also one of the top in C-Class. The handling and drifting is also really good. This is like, sorry about that, that was a accidental 360 over there. Okay, it did happen a lot in this particular race. Oh, okay, so where was I? Okay, the handling and drifting is really good as well, and the natural efficiency is decent. So I think, like, compared to its other stats, the natural efficiency might be the worst stat for this car. So here I beat the Apollo Evos, other cars that are better and faster than me. So it's in the lower league, so this is why I test it here, because if I test it in the higher leagues, it might be a bit harder for me to win with this car because of the top speed, and it's a ghost slipstream season. So this car is an accelerating family hauler beast. So this thing is really good in multiplayer. If you're in a ghost normal and a classic season, it will do good in this multiplayer because it is fast enough to compete with C-Class, and it is fast enough, to say the least, to compete with B-Class, like in lower gold league. If you go to platinum league, this will be a bit of a struggle, but this thing is like, its strong track are tracks that are twisty and doesn't allow straight turns. Like, for example, Rome here and Paris is a decent track. It has like section for twists and turns and also that. So here I'm catching up to this racer Tachyon, and the Tachyon is faster than me by a lot, but he drifts here because he does that nitro, and I caught up to his slipstream and I managed to barely got first place. I passed it the right last second and I got first. So this was a close race, and I beat Enzo's, I beat SPJ's. So this is an underdog for this particular free try season, because everything else that is higher ranked than this car is better and faster. So people just choose other cars over this. But in lower leagues, like, skill and cars are, where I can say as a fairly skilled, but not the best, but I think I'm a skilled type player, and I use an underdog car and I can beat people with higher and faster top speed cars. So yeah, so here we are in San Francisco, and it's also like a track for this car, because as you can see in the beginning of races, you can see this thing just accelerates so fast in the beginning, and then if cars that are faster than him and in straight tracks like Himalayas, they will caught up to you, like in the last section of like Frozen Route. If you play that map, like the last straight section, if cars that are faster than the Panamera, they will caught up to you. But at the start, or if the track is twisty, they have a hard time to catch up because you're fast enough and you have the acceleration to back you up. So like, the nitro efficiency doesn't really drop its performance down because of the acceleration is so good, where I don't feel like the nitro efficiency is really bringing it down, So yeah, so it is a really good car, and if you can unlock this car, and at least I should say like 4 to 5 star, although I lose to some Tachyons, but I beat the rest, which is really cool. And we are now on to Auckland, which is another track that is really good for the Panamera. As you can see, I started really fast, and I almost passed the Aventador SVJ at the beginning of the race, and then I have a really tight race with this Enzo, I think. So where was I? Oh yes, so if you can unlock this car in its key hunt or you spend token, I think it's a car that you can spend tokens on because it's so good in multiplayer, where if you do well in multiplayer, just multiplayer in general, it's a good car. If you don't have cars that are better than the likes of this car, I should say, or like cars like this, if you have a Scalo, it's really like the Scalo Arteaga but with better top speed and handling, and yeah, it's basically like a better Arteaga, like the Scalo Arteaga, but it's faster by a lot, and also handles and drifts better, so yeah, it's like a better car in that. And if you can unlock this car to at least 4 stars, try a multiplayer. I'll guarantee you will be surprised. So the last race, although I lost to an Apollo Evo and the SVJ, I beat Enzo and Takions and so on. And now we are on to Nevada. So Nevada is the track that is really balanced, I should say, and also Cairo. These 2 tracks are very balanced for twisty cars, related cars, and straight line performance cars. So like here you can see I got first place at the beginning of these races, and then you can see that at the back, at the end of the race of the section where the what is it called, the bridge, that section, the Takions caught up to me because they are faster than me by a lot. Those things go like what, 400 plus kilometers an hour, and I only go 340. So if you can see the minimap, although I'm pulling away because of my acceleration, they caught up to me because they have higher top speed than me. If you look at the minimap, you can see they are slowly creeping up. They are not slowly, actually, they are caught up to me really fast, and then they passed me at the last second, or not the last second, at the tunnel there, they passed me, and then I didn't get first place. But this shows you that this car can be competitive with S-Class cars as well, as you can see. Although yes, I did mention that they are lower league, so this is not a fair representation of the car in multiplayer, but it is a fair, like a point of view of this car when you try to fight against higher class cars. And it is a really powerful car if you're on like Osaka. Like example for this race, Osaka, I have a tight race with an Enzo. You can see, you can expect more. So the M4 is the new Legend Pass car, and it's not the best car I ever driven. It's really sluggish, I should say, like for a GT3 car, which like prioritize in cornering and speed and just track use in general. It's not the best car in Asphalt 9, and it's not the best Legend Pass car that we got. Like if you want to say Legend Pass cars, they are really good. I must say like the Aston Martin Victor is top of the list, followed by the probably like the Murcielago, I should say. The Gallardo is also one of the top class car for its class. So yeah, the GT3 is not a good car. Is it B class or C class? I don't remember because I don't use that car because I'm not buying a Legend Pass. But I use it in the daily event where it is a Legend Pass showcase, and it was not the best thing to drive, So here I barely lost to an Enzo, but I beat the other cars that are in the race as well. So, and we are now on to the last race of the video, which is in Buenos Aires, one of the more twisty and short tracks. And you can see this car power in the acceleration department comes into play. And I would like to talk about my general review about this car. I like this car, and overall it's an accelerating family hauler. It's a beast. It's a great car for multiplayer, one of the best, I should say, in multiplayer for C-Class. And if you can't unlock this car, it's fine, you're not missing much. You just will miss another good, great C-Class car for you to use in multiplayer. And overall, great car, one of the best cars that I have driven in C-Class. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one whenever I decided to post. Peace.